Hello everybody and welcome back to Calmsden Farm. So 5 months have passed since the last episode. And what's happened? Well, to be honest, not a massive amount has happened. Apart from when the bank balance looks a little different, you might be expecting a big bank balance. Well, I did have a big bank balance. And if you're kind of wondering as well about the sugar beet contract, yes, I did stick it out. It took me 6 hours in real time to do, but yes, I completed it. I took the contract to where it was meant to be sold, got it sold, made 110,000 off the contract, and then would you believe it? 250,000 litres left of sugar beet to sell for myself. I couldn't believe it. So I did end up with probably about just under £250,000 in the bank when all said and done. Now you're probably thinking, well, Craigie boy, you broke again. What happened? Well, a few little tweaks have happened here and there, a few little extra bits of equipment. This big grass field that you saw in the last episode that I was doing hay on. Now, I thought I might have got another cut, but unfortunately, no. I've literally just cut this now before starting this episode. It took from November all the way through till May before I could get another cut. And I found something interesting about this grass. Now, I didn't realise that the grass has 2 harvest stages. Stage 1, Stage 2. Now, when it comes up on the map saying ready to harvest, it is ready to harvest. But it's not at its full growth. I didn't realise that. So when I cut it last time and did the hay bales, we ended up with 27 hay bales. But this time, we're into May, and we are on the last month because we're going to put some soybeans in here. I didn't realise there's a second stage. Now, if you look at this here, you can see there's little bits obviously the workers missed. It's thick grass that you can see is moving when I walk through it. Well, I cut it a little bit short last time, so we got 27 hay bales. Now, granted, I know hay bales are 11,500 each, and grass are 9,400 each, so there's a couple of thousand difference. But then, well, just look round the corner here to the grass bales that I've just made off that grass field when I let it grow to its full potential. 52 grass bales. I've been robbed. I've been going too early. I'm actually doing myself out of grass and hay and everything. If I'd left it, we would have got more. Look, 52 bales. 27 hay bales. Now, I think even you can work out, come on. Okay, hay's got a little bit more in each bale. But 52 to 27, yeah, there's definitely a difference there with the grass. So that explains the first field. So the first field that we did was this one. And obviously the first time I cut it, it was the in-game, it was done like this. You can see the grass is moving, it's at its full length. Well, that's why we ended up with a certain amount of bales. And then when we came back and treated it, and I cut it again, we were shy 3 bales, and I couldn't work out what had happened. Well, that's why I cut it a little bit early. Now, if you're not sure what I'm on about, let me show you with this field. So with a little bit of magic, I can show you on this field here now. This is grass growing, as you can see. Very short, nothing to it. This is ready to harvest stage 1, which at the bottom it says growth stage 3 of 3, which did puzzle me a little bit. That it's like, well, it doesn't look like it's actually ready. But it is showing on the map it's ready. So you can see it now moves, but it's still a little bit short. This is the full ready to harvest stage of the grass. Look how long and lovely that is. So I've been doing myself out of grass. Now, I've played farm sim for years. Never realised this. Is it just this map? Is it because of precision farming? Or has it been like that all along? And am I just an idiot? Don't answer that. So things that have changed on the farm then since I last saw you. All my equipment now is in this building here because it's bigger and it's just ace. Why not? So everything's in here. I've got a new little bits. So like this here, I bought myself a sprayer so we can do lime and fertilizer that matches the tractor. Speaking of tractors, I can't afford to buy one, but I rented this Clash tractor just so I can do some bits like when a worker's cutting grass, I can at least follow it around and bale it or windrow it or whatever. It was taking a long time to sit and wait for a worker to finish with my tractor before I could jump on it and go do another job. So that's what's new here. Next door then we do have my seeds and fertilizer and this. You might have seen that I had a seed, what's it called? A little thing that I could pull around to go take out into the field to fill the, is it tender? Seed tender? It's something like that, I think. Well, this is the new one. This doesn't actually exist in real life. You put the boxes on the back here and fill them up. And then obviously the spout is outside and got a little motor there to power it out in the field. It is very cool. And I've swapped it out. Exactly the same price as the last one. Just had to pay $1.5 grand per box here. And then you literally fill them up with these. Or you can go around to like a buy anything station and fill them up straight from there. Which I have put in around the back of this barn. It's literally around the back of here. 82 Studios buy anything station. Works really well. Keeping on with new things then, we have got more sheep, obviously because so many months have passed now. They have been busy, and more sheep are here. You won't physically see it in the field, because I think there's a limit of how many you can actually see in the field. But yeah, we do now have more sheep. There's 100 sheep in here altogether, if you were wondering. So that's something new that's on the farm, obviously more sheep. What else? You might have seen in the last episode then, I put a chicken coop here. It's gone already before I'd even exit the game. And it was when I was going through that contract for the sugar beet. I just thought it didn't look good. It looked cheap and nasty. Plus, they were running, the chickens were running around outside of the fence. Okay, that wasn't quite what I was looking for. So, yeah, might have moved it only because the other one I found is a little bit bigger, but it looks awesome. So back at the main farm where everything is then, the chicken coop I've gone and put just down here. We're going to sunk it down. Look at this. You've got to admit, that is beautiful. Compared to the last one. Now, this holds the same amount of chickens, 400, like the other one did. It holds the same amount of food, so literally move the other ones across to here, and then obviously they've reproduced, so now we've got a maxed out coop of 400 chickens. But yeah, it basically was a little bit more. The 8 grand for the last one, 16 for this one, which is why the bank balance has gone down a little bit. But look at this. Looks awesome at night, and you can store 12 pallets of eggs in here, and you can see they've been busy. We've got a lot, but you got to admit though, that does look stunning for a chicken coop compared to the one we saw in the last episode. Massive improvement, and obviously to have it down here just looks so much better. Now sadly it does look like we might have lost Jimmy because well, 5 months have passed and this is still a withered barley field that nothing's happened to it. So I don't think Jimmy's with us anymore, because why is the field still like this? Field that size, you'd be ripping it up and you'd be putting more crops in and getting its full potential out of it. But sadly, still withered. And the final thing then to go over before I just keep whittling on and making a whole episode of me just talking about updates that have happened on the farm. In here, we have everything in here. So we've got the straw, the hay, silage. Yes, I didn't sell that. I thought, you know what, I'm going to use that. Because I bought myself a TMR mixer. The one that I've used in Somerset, my Keenan mixer, that thing's awesome. So I've been mixing up some food. All the hay went in the cow pasture, and then I've started to put TMR. So we've moved them over to TMR now. Means the milk and slurry, it's all going to get a lot quicker. Grass is over here. Obviously, I haven't put the new ones in just yet. I'm not even sure if we're going to fit them all in here, actually. But this is looking good, and I might have got a rack here to put all my mineral feed on, because you need a couple of bags of mineral feed to go in with the mixture to make the cow food just a little bit better. And that, you gotta admit, does look awesome. Holds 14 bags on here. 12 on at the minute. I like it. So what are we doing today? Well, we're in May. We need to sort out the big field and we need to put some soybeans in. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But first, I need to go and put my little marker here. And I need to go buy myself a trailer because we've got some eggs that need to be sold. We've got some wool. We've got things that need to be sold to give the bank balance a bit of a boost. So let's do that first. So I've gone and bought myself one of these. Now this holds 8 Euro pallets and it's auto load as well. So that'd be pretty good. It's just handy to be able to hook onto the tractor. And yeah, I did go and buy it outright. So we are down to sort of just over 7.5 grand in the bank balance. But we have got things to sell. So let's grab a tractor, hook it up, start selling some eggs. So if we go and hook up to this, then I'm going to use the new class tractor because, well, why not? I don't think we need the big JCB. So we should be able to just go to this end. I'm going to open the doors. I don't think you need to. I think they do auto load automatically without the doors open. So I'm hoping then we should just be able to press, well, load. and we should be able to just drag them in. Now, we might have a bit of an issue with some of these at the back because they are quite far in here. Can we lift these without super strength? No, we can't. We're going to have to do some super strength. Now we should be able to go and lift them in. It should just draw them straight in. Is it down the side? Oh, it's down the side. That's why. So we need to go and move them to the side. Get all these in. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. So we'll jump back in and we can close the doors up and we should be able to go. We just need to go find now. We'll turn the auto load off. We don't want it dragging anything else in. I'm not actually sure if these auto loads do like multi auto load. So if we could pick up more things. So if we've got room in here, could we get some like wool in? I'm not sure if it's just one. I think it's one product at a time. Might be able to get more in, but I think we're just going to sort of stick with eggs for now. So we need to find out where's the best place to sell eggs. So the best time really to sell eggs is in November to get the top price. But as you see, we've got nowhere to store them. Plus also we need the money really. So we're in May. It is a little bit lower, but we're still getting, if we look at the garden centre, it seems to be the best so far. 3,448. That's not bad. It will give us a boost. And obviously the chicken's going to make more eggs. So by the time we get back to November, we should have some crops to sell and other bits to sell and more eggs and everything. So let's head to the garden centre. Look at this. We're heading towards that green beacon. We're taking a bit of a back road here between fields. I'm not sure if this is the best way. It seems to be the best way from where we were. Here we go then. We're at the garden centre. This seems to be the best place to sell these at the minute. So let's just jump out and see. Oh, it's right there. Can we open the gates? In we go. What's this then? Notice, please wear a face mask. Thank you. Still gotta wear them, have we now? Okay. What's this in front? Ooh. Danger. Oh, hello. Oh, well, there's a nice little £1,000 boost then on the way to the garden centre. Don't mind if I do. Right, let's just go in here now. So I don't believe these it tips to the left. Now, if we put our help menu on here, we can change it from left. As you can see the marker there, to the right or the back. Might be easy on this one to go from the back because we haven't really got too much room to go left or right. So we go to the back. Now, we should be able to click unload here. Oh, they're already unloading. That's good. Unstrap them. They're jiggling about a little bit. 33,000 and 1,863 environmental score. Not bad. So we're just going to go into the sheep enclosure now and we're just going to load up with the wool. Because wool's good now. It's just on its way down. So we're literally £50 less than what it should be. So we might as well go and get all this while we can. So I think we, like I said, I don't think we really need to open the doors. We'll just auto load. We'll open the doors if you want to have a look. Have a look inside. Let's get them in. Picked up on the side. That's pretty cool. That is. Right. How many more can we get in? Are we full? Oh, yeah. It's the height. Oh, no. Okay. 2 trips. So I'm not too sure. I was thinking maybe it might be nice to see if we, well, when we can financially invest in a lorry, a truck. Maybe to get a bigger trailer for all these pallets. But then I'm not sure if this map really lends itself to a big truck. Something like this is okay. Maybe we just need to sort of, you know, keep things at lower quantities. I mean, we could just do multiple trips like I'm going to do now. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I think a truck. Maybe we could see if we could find. Maybe I could look at that big American truck that I had on Somerset. That was quite good. That loaded pallets automatically. That was like a rigid truck, so maybe I could do that. I just think at the minute we're tight on funds and we don't really need to sort of any extra expense and stuff like that. We're selling these now to give me the money to be able to lease that cultivator and the planter again. So we're going to go to General Store Bay 1. Now we need to be a little bit careful here because this will go. I'm guessing that's the sell point as well. So we'll go wide. I want it to suddenly run over and start taking it all out of there. Where are we going? Ah, here we go. We're going in here. So we just need to drive in this time. I'm just going to sell them straight away. Nice bit of money. what's that? Can't see. 14,402 and 800 on the environmental. Nice, let's go get the rest. So I've just gone and leased this then, the K-brand shallow cultivator. We don't want to go too deep on here, sort of digging up some stones. But I know I'm looking at a planter that can direct drill, but I might be wrong, so please, if you know, let me know in the comments. I don't think you can direct drill over grass. I think you can if it's a field, but I think grass is still, I'm still going to have to cultivate this up to be able to then plant, even though it's a direct drill. Like I said, I might be wrong. But I didn't really want to lease a planter to try it and find out it doesn't work and I'm going to get charged for it. So let's give this a go. We're going to set it on a worker, but I'm just not sure if the worker is going to go right to the edge. So let's drop down. Yeah, that's going to work perfectly. Look at that. Beautiful. I think it's going to work quite good, this is. Didn't want to go too big because obviously we've got limited power on the tractor. So this one's okay. But I just think if we go close to the edge here, we'll be able to sort of make it nice and neat. The edges are looking a little bit scruffy. So I'm going to run around the edge and then I'm going to set a worker on and we'll go back to saling the rest of the wall, and then we've got some milk to do as well. So I've done around the headland and now I can set the worker on to carry on and start going around. He's going to do 4 headlands around and then he's going to start striping. A bit like we did with the lawnmower and everything. It just gives him enough room then to turn around. Although we should be okay with this bit of equipment because it does turn pretty well. Now, there might be some little bits on the edge. Not too bad. As you can see where the lawnmower's missed a few bits. But obviously the lawnmower, as it turns, they will miss because the front and the back, you know, don't quite line up. So I'm hoping this guy should be okay. So as he's going around, then we can carry on selling a few bits just to boost the bank balance up a little bit more. And then because I've got the class tractor on rental, we might be able to come back with the actual seeder and actually sort of follow him around. 2 tractors needs to be the minimum, I think, on any farm. It really does. So let's carry on selling. So we're back here at the sell point then. So we're just going to go round. Like I said, we're just going to take this one wide, because I am worried about, just in case that is going to grab it. I'm assuming that's going to be a different price. There seems like there's quite a few sell points up here. We've also, this is also the sawmill up here as well. So if we ever want to do any sawmill stuff, we can bring it in here. Let's just go in here and it will just offload. 12.5 grand. Obviously, you've got to bear in mind we didn't get 4 full pallets. We only had that one little bit of wool on one pallet. So all the wool's gone for now. We're nearly 70,000. Look, there's another sell point here as well. Let's go back. Let's swap this trailer then for the tanker and we'll grab some milk. So over at the cow pasture then, things are looking good. Here's the cow having a bit of a munch on some food in there. This is nearly full. What's it say? 80,000 litres in it. So yeah, it's a good amount. It's been slightly adapted. So this is the one that you've probably seen me use before. So if you watch Somerset, you would have seen it on there. It was 100,000 litres. But it strangely now holds 101,100 litres. Now the only reason that is it's been done and balanced out for the Heston bales. So I've now got a little sheet here next to me what says how many bales to put in of hay, straw, silage, and then also how many mineral feed to be able to put in to round it off max. Because what I was finding is I was left with literally like 100 litres of mineral feed left, and it's like, oh, can we not just do it so it goes and uses it all? So that's what I've done, hence why it's 101,100 litres now. So we just go and hop over here. We can have a look in here. Slurry's looking good. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's filling up quick. Now you might notice we have got some more cows. So we've got the Holsteins here, which again are milkers. And also we have these, the brown Swiss. Well, I didn't want the cows to fall behind. All the other animals have reproduced. We've got more chickens, got more sheep. Cows, they're slow. They're a little bit behind. And at the minute, I did use some of my money when I got from the sugar beet. And we've got 25 of these and 25 brown Swiss. So 50 altogether. But I am hoping actually they're not far away. So looking at the little chart at the bottom, it says offspring in 3 months. So 3 months, we're going to get some baby cows. So we can hold 150 in here. We've got 50 at the minute. So yeah, room for 100 more to go. I don't know how many are going to join us when the offsprings appear in 3 months. I'm not sure. Maybe it's going to be another 100. Maybe we'll max it out straight away. We're just going to have to wait and find out. Now, tankers on board. I do believe this is where the milk comes out of. Yep, filling up lovely. So we'll get a full tank of milk. We'll go and find out where the best place is to sell this. Obviously, because we're not using any productions, then we've not got like a bakery or donut place to take the milk over to, or a milking, bottling factory. We are just literally selling all the kind of stuff. So things are slowly starting to pick up a little bit now. Things are moving on. Cows, we were getting some things to bring in the money. So the best place to sell the milk is where we sold the sugar beet, just turning left down here. Now, the milk does fluctuate a little bit with prices, but at the minute we're still not too bad. The best price is 2,200 per 1,000 litres. At the minute it's around 2,000, so it's a little bit short. But the best time, unfortunately, is November, the high point, so we would have to wait a little while, and I've got nowhere to hold on to it. Only the sort of the cow storage area for the milk is where we can actually store it for now. Unless we go buy like a milk storage chiller, it's all money. So I'm really trying to get more fields so we can get more crops. At the minute, we're going to have to just keep spinning around on one field, which is, it's not great. But then no loan, no productions. It's what we have to do. Look at that. Nearly 40,000 on the milk and 2,222, what a figure, on the environmental score. And if you're not sure what the environmental score is, that is because of precision farming. It gives you an environmental score based on how you look after your fields, the nitrogen, the pH. That is what helps the environmental score. If your fields and everything are all good and you're looking good and you're not polluting the planet, they reward you with it, with a bit of a boost on the money. That's exactly what we need. So we'll just grab the remaining bit in here, which I think is around about 6,500 litres. Oh, 6,225. Let's take it back and sell all the milk. The last little bit of the milk then up for sale. What have we got now altogether? 12.5 grand for that. So we're sitting at £124,000. That looks a lot better than it did at the start of this episode. So everything has been sold, but we do have this. Now, this is 65,000 litres of slurry in here. Now, I'm not sure what the max is. I'm guessing when it starts overflowing here onto the field. That could be the max. Now, with this, we can use this on the field as nitrogen instead of using the liquid or solid fertilizer that we do in the bags. Now, the only problem with this, using slurry, one, I need to get a slurry spreader, obviously, but that's not an issue. We can rent one or we can go buy one maybe if we've got the money. But the only problem is the automatic application rate. With slurry, it's just a flat rate. So if we go and put stuff like on the fields, with the slurry, it won't change. You get a flat rate across the whole field no matter what crop or whatever's going in. With the liquid, yes mate, I agree with that. With the liquid or solid fertilizer, it will fluctuate and change depending on the soil type and obviously what crop is going in. So if we're happy with the flat rate, then we could use this for free. Definitely something to think about. So this guy's doing a cracking job. Now, he hasn't actually got much to go. So instead of getting the little class to try and pull around the planter, I'm going to let him finish and then I'm going to use the JCB. We can send back the cultivator because obviously this is the only field we've got. We don't need it anymore. We'll get the planter, we'll put some soybeans in. I really can't wait to get some more fields, but these fields are so big, they all hold a hefty price. I'm really tempted to see if I can go see Jimmy's wife and just sort of see what's going on with Jimmy and what's happened and why this field is having nothing done to it. Even if I can just help him out and put some crop in for him, or sadly, if he has passed away, maybe Jimmy's wife will want to get rid of it. You know, let's just hop the hedge. Something tells me Jimmy's no longer with us, because why would you leave a field of this size just here? It's been months and nothing's happened to it. So I'm really tempted after this recording maybe to go see Jimmy's wife and see what the plan is, what's happened. Can I help out? Maybe I can get a discount on the field, and maybe Jimmy's wife just wants to get rid of it. Maybe we can just offer a discount on this field. Who knows? Only time will tell. So the worker has done a pretty good job. I've just had to go round and just to get a couple of little bits that it missed. But apart from that, now we have a very nice cultivated field ready for our lovely soybeans. So I'm going to send this back. I'm going to get the planter, head over to the farm and fill it full of fertilizer and seed. I'll see you back here as we start putting some soybeans in the ground. So we're all set up then. The planter is here. I've gone and filled it with the fertilizer and seed that I had left in my little shed next to the seed tender. It was just what I got left in the bag. So we're nearly full on fertilizer and nearly full on seed. So we'll see how it goes. If we need any more, then I can go get the seed tender out and we can bring that into the field using the class tractor and obviously top it up from there. That's full. That's got a lot in it. But for now, I think it's going to be okay. So we're set. The worker is set. His course is set. Now we're going to put soybeans in here. And if you're wondering why we're doing that, soybeans fetch the most when selling them. Because we're using no productions and no loan, I need as much money off the crops that are going in the ground as I can. We can also get straw from soybeans because of the extended straw mod that I've got. So it just seems the best all round. I want to try and get as much money as I can so we can try and buy more fields and start, expanding. Like I said, I'm going to go talk to Jimmy's wife to see what's happening with the field across there, see if Jimmy's okay. But for now though, let's just start this worker off. Hopefully from around here at some point. Yep, there's the marker, there's that, and there's the full path. Okay, work it, go. So this is obviously going to put the soybeans in the ground for us, and it's going to monitor and put in the right amount of fertilizer is needed. So it just depends on what soybeans need. Soybeans, from the looks of it, the fertilizer is not dropping. So maybe you don't need fertilizer. Looking at the bar at the top, it's showing the seed rate. Now it will miss little bits of the corners, but not to worry, I can come back and tweak them if need be. It's showing that it's using less seeds here. Certain spots it's going to use a lot more seeds. Now we can go and have a look on the little menu and actually see what it's putting in. But it's putting no fertilizer in. And yeah, looking at the top there, it just say crop doesn't need required additional fertilizer. Oh, that's a good one then. So looking on the precision farming then on the little map here, for this field that we're in, we've got a score of 83. So we're not doing too bad. It's showing that the nitrogen's poor, but then it will be because it's just had grass in it. And obviously because we're putting soybeans in, it doesn't need topping up. So we don't need to worry about that. Everything else is looking pretty good. So if we go through, pH is fine, nitrogen's shocking, but not an issue at the minute. Now you can see on here the seed rate. So obviously the kind of creamy color bit in the middle is because it's got its last reading from grass. So if we keep moving, you'll see that it keeps changing. So as it's going round, you've got greener bits on the edge, which means it's using a low seed rate, which means it's not taking as much seed out of the plants to put in the ground. The bits on the corner that have gone red are using a lot. They're very high. You can see at the minute it's currently on some soil which is using a lot of seed. It's good though, isn't it? I do like this. So obviously the creamy colour bit in the middle is because it's still got the stats from the grass. And obviously grass, it was just a steady pattern throughout. So this is obviously, we're going to get a full report then as we go. Look, it's gone back to creamy colour now. It's on standard seed rate. And as it's going to move across now, you can see the little triangle. That's the worker there. So you can see that it's just moving through now, and obviously you've got some little bits of green appearing here. So we'll go back to the worker, we'll set a bit of a time lapse here, and we'll see how the worker gets on and get some soyas in our field. So the worker's just finishing up then. He's literally on his last pass down. Now, you're probably wondering why I've got my class tractor here with the spreader on the back. Well, I need money. And this is going to take a little while to obviously germinate and to grow. I really want to get some more fields, and I would like to buy one with a crop in. Now, there's a field just straight ahead through them hedges there, what we spoke about before. It's a really good field. The farmers just put canola in. That would be awesome to be able to get. Now, unfortunately, it's around about 600,000. Yeah, we're at 116 in the minute. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that. No matter what I do, I could sell my body on eBay. Actually, no, I need to give a refund for that. So what I'm doing with this, I'm going to do some fertilizing jobs. Now, I've took on 3 contracts. So 3 contracts there you can see are active. Field 5, 21 and 23, ranging from 25 grand, 13 and 8. Now, fertilizing, obviously I haven't got any fertilizer at the minute. We have that seed tender back in the shed. But this guy has got some in this planter, which is obviously going to be going back. So I can't empty it until he's finished, because he'll realize there's no fertilizer in it and he won't work. Stupid, I know, but unfortunately that's just how workers go. If it's got a fertilizer option in the planter, it needs fertilizer in. Even though he's not using it, still needs it in. So as soon as he's finished, I can come and get it out. There should only be a little bit of seed left. Fertilizer can go in here, we can go do some contracts, and then I can send the planter back. So the work is all done then. I've just had to go over a couple of little bits that it missed on the corners, but nothing major. What's this little thing just right here? Is this a miss spot? I've lost it now. Where's it gone? I thought I saw something there. No, I'm guessing not. So we can come through and we can unload this. There we go. All the fertilizer out and just a little bit of seeds. So now we can go drop this planter off. Then we don't need this anymore. See, we would do if we had more fields. Sadly, we haven't got any more fields. So we can go send this back. Then we don't need to worry about washing it because it is rented. So it's all empty. Return it. Yes, thank you very much. These then can go in here, so we can now move this forward. We'll get this in here. This should last, really. I can't see it's going to need all this. So we'll top these up. The seed can just stay there for now. One of these is full. I think the other one's only got a few hundred litres in, so hopefully we should have enough here. 15%? We'll see how we get on. So I'm just finishing up then the last little bit of this field. Now, you don't have to go over every inch of the field. And I like the pattern at the bottom. You see, this is what precision farming does. And the little map at the bottom, it shows you where you've been. Some of these fields are a little bit tricky to figure out where you've been. And there's a bit of a dip here, which I didn't realize until I did that the first time. So we've just got a little bit more over here to do. I did have to go back and get a couple of bags. Now, because I've got the store deliveries, I can get them right to me in the field here. You pay a little bit extra, but it's handy when you're doing stuff like this. So what I put in the fertilizer in the first place, there you go. It's finished, you see. So we haven't got to do all of it. So the fertilizer I put in the first time managed to do 2 fields, and I'll show you what they are. So one was number 5. As you can see, it's flashing to show that's one of the contracts, and you can see it's got a lot of stones in it. The farmers are just not bothering with the stones. I mean, that would damage the equipment. You go take a planter over that, it would damage it, and the harvester and everything. So I don't know why. Just get the stones out. You can turn it into lime. Lime, as we know, goes very quick. So that was one of the ones I did. So I managed to do all that field. And then if we come over here, we've got this number 23 here. As you can see, that's where my mobile shop point is, which is where I had to go get the bags. I managed to get to that point. Did all this here and got to that point in there before I needed to do like one more strip up. And then obviously this one over here is where we are now. So all 3 fields are done, which means we can head back to the farm and collect the contracts. So there's everything back then. The seed bag has gone back in there. We'll close the door on that one. The tractors are all back in there. I'm now going to take a walk down here because everything is done for now. We'll shut the gates. We're going to have a little wander down here. We'll shut the gates as well for the sheep. I realise I've left them open. One's making a break for this way. Let's go and have a bit of a wander down here, because that's everything that we can do today. So that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. I'm going to go and have a little wander up here, and I'm going to go and have a talk to Jimmy's wife to see what's going on and hope everything's okay. I will let you know what happens, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.